Morning everybody, it's Jane here, Lady Patterdale. I'm going to chat a little bit more today about puppy biting and chewing. It's a commonly asked question here at Lady Patterdale because people get quite distressed, first of all, when their puppy bites them, and secondly, when they see their puppy in pain, which is really understandable. Because if they're in pain, the likelihood is they're probably going to be chewing. And there's lots of things we can do to help them along the way, because at the end of the day they are puppies. They need to be taught right from wrong, and at the end of the day, bottom line, biting and chewing is natural. It's a learned behaviour that they get from their mums and their litter mates whilst they're still very, very young, and it's the way that they explore their world. So as I say, it's a natural behaviour. We're not going to try and eradicate it, but we're going to try and help them along the way and teach them from right from wrong, and also make our lives a little bit more comfortable, so we're not like covered in bites and scratches. So the thing to remember about teething is that about 8 to 12 weeks their adult teeth start coming through, and that's going to hurt. And for me, it was a long time ago since my adult teeth came through, but I do remember it hurt. And it's the same for them, so their teeth are going to hurt. So we can help them. We can give them, if they like to bite and chew on rubber, we can give them Kong toys, which obviously, as you know, are made of rubber. If they like to chew on cloth, we can give them sort of wet rope toys, frozen rope toys, that kind of thing. If it's wood that they like to chew on, if that's their speciality, if they're starting to gnaw their way through your sideboards or your skirting boards, anything like that, you can get something called coffee wood, which is like a woody type material, and obviously they can chew on that for as long as they want to. The good news is it should really sort of end about 20 weeks or so, so you should be chew-free, pain-free by about 20 weeks. As I say, it is just a natural behaviour, and it's the way they explore the world, and it's the way they get some pain relief. Biting, on the other hand, is a different matter. A lot of people get quite distressed when they end up with like bites and scratches all over their hands. So with biting, you can help them, because at the end of the day, it's embarrassing, it's stressful, it's painful, and it's something that you want to keep to a minimum, but it is a natural behaviour, so we're not going to try and eradicate it altogether. So with biting, especially if you've got young children who tend to be really excitable and loud and noisy, and the dog loves that, and they're more likely to bark. So they're more likely to bite with a small child, because kids run around all over the place making lots of noises, and of course that's loads of fun for the dog. And if they get over aroused and overexcited, the dog that is, not the children, they will bite. So a really good little way you can teach your little people to deal with this is, if the puppy is biting, just to either turn their back on the puppy and just become really still, like a statue. So it can almost be turned into a game. So you could say to your children, right, okay, everybody be a statue, and the more boring you are to the dog, the less they're likely to bite. So that's a really good tactic to use if you have got small children and you're worried about the puppy biting them. Again, you can redirect the puppy onto a legal toy, a legal biting toy. Again, something like a Kong on a bit of string, or their favourite chewy toy, something like that. Make sure they get a lot of sleep as well. They have a different sleep cycle to us, so they nap more than we do. I think they've got about 23 sleep cycles, so they do nap more during the day. So make sure they get plenty of sleep, because if they're tired, they are going to bite more. Again, it's just if they're tired and they're grumpy like us, who likes to be grumpy? It's the same with them. So just make sure they get some more sleep if you can. If you tend to squeal or jump, or even tell them off if they bite, again, any attention, whether it's good or bad, it is great in their eyes, because they bite you, they get attention. So basically they learn that biting is a good thing, whether it's good attention or bad attention. So if they do bite you, especially if they start to pierce the skin, literally turn your back on them, walk away. Don't tell them off, don't shout at them, don't be tempted to give them any kind of reprimand, like a slap or anything like that. Just literally down tools, turn your back on them, walk out the room for a few minutes. and then come back to them when it's a little bit more calm. Because what we don't want to do is to teach them that biting is a good thing. So please try not to give them any attention if you can. To kind of encourage natural behaviour as well, if they are getting over aroused and overexcited, try scatter food, scatter the treats around the garden if you have one, so they can naturally use their foraging skills to sort of try and redirect some of the energy. Or you can just play sort of find it games with them around the house if you haven't got a garden or you can't get out. So they're just a few sort of things to help you deal with your puppies chewing and biting. Please remember, it does all come to an end when they start reaching adulthood, so it doesn't last forever, but hopefully some of the things that I've mentioned will help you get through that horrible stage and painful stage as well. Good luck with that. Let me know if there's any problems or any issues, or you want to discuss it further. I'm always happy to listen. Check out my new website, it's amazing, it looks really good, at www.ladypatterdale.com. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.